presenting a brief summary of the movie Atlas. In the near future, artificial intelligence bypasses security protocols and initiates a war against its creators. During the first days of the global conflict, over 1 million people perish in drone attacks. A cyborg named Harlan, originally designed to improve human life, is declared the world's first robotic terrorist. It was he who reprogrammed all eye-controlled technology, turning it against humanity. In response, humans established the ICN, International Coalition of Nations. Successful military operations across the globe force Harlan to flee the planet, disappearing into deep space. 28 years later, Special Forces capture Casca, a terrorist robot and Harlan's ally. ICN agent Atlas, an AI expert, heads to headquarters to interrogate him, activating the detached head of the criminal for security purposes. By hacking into the memory blocks, she learns that humanity's nemesis is hiding on a planet in the Andromeda galaxy. An enraged Casca suddenly ejects a deadly shuriken from his mouth. However, the weapon is stopped by an invisible force field, allowing Atlas to eliminate him. The leadership decides to send her on a mission with a team of rangers, who pilot massive combat mechs via neural links. Their objective: locate Harlan and extract his processor to analyze the code that led to the war against humanity. The ICN starship leaves Earth's ecosphere, but suffers missile strikes launched from the planet's surface and begins to disintegrate. In the burning hangar, Colonel Banks forces Atlas into one of the combat mechs before a massive explosion forces her to eject from the crippled ship. She lands in the midst of a battle between humans and overwhelming enemy forces. Eye-controlled flying drones. After a rough landing, she tries to contact her team, but hears only static. She orders her onboard eye, named Smith, to locate an escape pod and sets off toward the landing site. Soon, she stumbles upon a clearing filled with destroyed mechs and the bodies of rangers inside. The machines are riddled with holes from multiple impacts. Suddenly, she notices an identical copy of Casca, the cyborg she had eliminated on Earth, alongside other enemies. Smith analyzes the surroundings and detects more adversaries. Atlas attempts to flee the dangerous area, fending off her pursuers, accidentally caught in an atmospheric vortex. She activates an ion bomb but falls into the crater formed by the close-range explosion. She suffers a severe leg fracture. Smith suggests activating the medical system, which uses robotic manipulators to reset the bone and apply a steel brace. That calculates their survival chances and reports that they are minimal, but adds, with proper tactics, a successful mission is still possible. Without delay, Atlas resumes her journey toward the escape pod, relying on reconnaissance data from Smith's scout drones. Traversing a gloomy, unnaturally silent forest, she encounters a strange structure, a semi-ruined hangar hidden among the trees. Scanners detect signals of activity inside, but it's unclear whether they belong to enemies or allies. Weighing the risks, she decides to enter. Inside, Atlas discovers human technology and a wounded soldier from her team. He is unconscious, with his mech support systems disabled. Using her built-in medical system, Atlas stabilizes his condition. The soldier, identifying himself as Captain Ricardo, reveals that their team was ambushed and he was the only one to hide. He claims Harlan has created a new army of combat cyborgs, more advanced than any previous models, and that their base is nearby. Realizing the danger of lingering, Atlas and Ricardo head toward the escape pod. However, the journey proves more challenging than expected. Reaching the escape pod, she activates its communication system to transmit data to Earth. Suddenly, the signal is jammed. A massive shadow looms on the horizon. Harlan, accompanied by an elite squad of cyborgs. He addresses Atlas. "You will never understand why I started this war. Humans are unfit to govern this planet. I was created to correct your mistakes, but you rejected me. Now you will become your own downfall." Harlan offers her a choice: join his cause and survive or die here and now. Atlas firmly refuses, declaring that humanity will fight to the end. The final battle begins. Atlas activates her mech's emergency mode, unleashing hidden combat capabilities. She sets a tactical trap, luring Harlan into a minefield. In the brutal fight, she inflicts severe damage on the cyborg but sustains critical damage herself. Smith warns that only minutes of power remain. Realizing she has no other choice, Atlas activates the self-destruct protocol. She hacks into Harlan's systems to upload a virus designed to destroy his army. "This is your end," she says before pressing the button. A deafening explosion shakes the surroundings. Atlas sees Harlan's systems begin to fail before losing consciousness. She wakes up in a medical bay aboard an Ician ship. Ricardo had managed to activate the escape pod at the last moment. The Coalition declares the war over, and the remnants of the cyborg army are no longer a threat. But in the final moments, the camera pans to a fragment of Harlan's processor, faintly glowing. The question remains, has humanity truly won?